It really digs into the arcs of the losers, and this film, while having a lot of special effects and relying on that for jump scares, it doesn't have such a scary effect in the end because you know most of it is fake. I think it does a really good job alluding to a lot of the stuff from the book. It doesn't necessarily have to include everything, especially references to a turtle that helps them train to defeat it. Just the fact that they're able to reference that is pretty cool and shows that the filmmakers at least have some creative passion and there's flair and there's something being thought of. They're not just winging it. But it is just kind of a messy film. I mean, I'm going to do a separate review for It Chapter 2, which I saw another time, but they're both really disconnected. The first one at least sets it up to be a cliffhanger where they fight him in the sequel, but it just ends on a very resolved note, and that's fine. They've made it so it could stand alone, but It Chapter 1's problems are just in its lack of a real threat. You know this creature's out there, but you don't really feel it can touch these kids, even though you've seen it do some pretty gnarly things. I think that also just comes down to the lack of a Bill Skarsgård. He's great when he is in the film, but he's underused severely, and the film could benefit from a little bit more of him. I overall liked his performance, and I liked that in the chapter one, he was kind of threatening and in the shadows. And I also think that the sets were really cool. I mean, you had that house and you had that cemetery, and it's just very creepy, especially at the beginning where Georgie's killed. It's very shocking and sudden. Anyway, chapter two is not as good. It chapter one. Okay, so talking about movies I saw in theaters, I mean, this and Mother were weird as hell. It was especially bizarre because it's just a remake of a book of an ABC miniseries, and well, to be honest, they could have done a better job with it. I think the first It is not a bad movie by any means. It just happens to have a little bit of too much jump scare. I don't like jump scares. I don't like the visual effects being used for jump scares because it just is not scary anymore. I'm just used to Pennywise coming out of a closet and screaming. I'm used to that.